This is Jason Russell with your Eastern District Fishing Report. Water conditions for the U.S. Army Corps lakes in this district are similar to last week. Most all are still holding near summer pool levels. Only Carr Creek and Buckhorn are slightly below their summer pools. The cooler temperatures over the past 7 days have started to decrease lake temperatures a bit. Most of these are between 68 and 72 degrees, and streams are currently in the upper 50s to lower 60s. The majority of the streams across eastern Kentucky are in excellent condition right now for using kayaks and other paddlecraft. The Tug Fork, Leviza Fork, and Russell Fork all offer great opportunity for a variety of bass species, including smallmouth. A few larger fish are still holding in deeper pools. Try using larger jigs and spinners in black or other dark colors for stream bass. Crappie and other panfish opportunities are continuing to improve across the district. Anglers from Dewey Lake have been having good success on white crappie. Recent field work by our fishery staff have shown very good quality bluegill, red ear sunfish, and crappie at Martins Fork Lake. These panfish are holding on woody structure in shallow water and rocky points. Catfish angling is producing results in the larger streams and lakes right now. Channel catfish are active on the banks in 6 to 8 feet of water near logs. Both live bait and cut bait are effective. Anglers using jugs for blue catfish at Dewey and Fish Trap are still having success, especially with cut shad. Largemouth bass fishing has been producing smaller bass on the banks in shallow water, with larger fish holding off in deeper structure. Bass are again beginning to feed more heavily on shad. As we move further into October, schools of shad should start filling into the backs of coves. Watch for the larger fish to follow them and try baits that resemble wounded baitfish. Please stay safe while on the water and prepare for foggy conditions when fishing at night.
This is Adam Martin with your Western District Fishing Report. Here at Kentucky and Barkley Lakes, the water temps have now fallen into the 60s. The crappie fishing has been steadily picking up lately as these fish are starting to follow the typical fall patterns. The shad are on the banks in abundance right now, and when the shad move shallow, so do the predators. The majority of the crappie fishing is done with spider rigs right now, but those with the latest electronics have generally switched to a single pole approach where they are literally picking out individual crappie and trying to entice them to strike. Both approaches can be effective right now, and live minnows should be the most effective option this time of year. I fully expect the crappie bite to improve as more fish move shallow over the coming weeks. The bass fishing has been improving as well, although it hasn't been very consistent. Based on electrofishing, we know the bass are moving shallow right now and are really concentrated on submerged woody cover. You may find a stray bass or two out on a flat, but for the most part, you should be moving from laydown to laydown instead of wasting time on featureless banks. Docks can also be very productive. Based on electrofishing, the best parts of most docks seem to be the back corners, so it can be worth taking your time and really dissecting every piece of cover on a dock. As I mentioned earlier, the bait is everywhere along the shoreline, so anything that resembles a small threadfin shad or a small bluegill should work well. There are a lot of 2-pounders in the lakes right now, with plenty more with 13 and 14 inchers coming up right behind them, so things should be looking up for the future. Channel catfish are shallow as well, and you can find them concentrated on the deeper riprap banks. The lakes are at winter pool elevation right now, which can improve the odds for most types of shallow water fishing. Cover at this elevation is much less abundant, which really helps eliminate a lot of water. This lower water elevation also presents new hazards. So as always, if you decide to fish, stay safe by socially distancing and wearing your life jackets and kill switches. Good luck.
This is Jeff Crosby with the Central District Fishing Report. Lake temperatures across the area are running in the mid-60s. With cooling nights, many of our lakes will start transitioning into the fall turnover period. During this time, fishing can be a little slow. However, right now at many of our lakes, bass fishing is slow. A few fish are being taken in the early morning hours or late evening hours. Currently, a crankbait or swim jig is working fairly well at Taylorsville and Standing Timber. Also, fishing soft plastics around shoreline cover is also catching a few fish. Crappie at area lakes are being caught in about 6 to 12 foot of water when fishing live minnows or crappie jigs. At lakes such as Beaver, Elmer, Corinth, and McNeely and Bolts lakes, a few quality panfish, bluegill, and shellcracker are being taken. Consider fishing the edges of the vegetation or the back of pockets right now with redworms, millworms, or waxworms to catch a few of these fish. Also getting some good reports of good catches of hybrid striped bass on the Ohio River below many of our locks and dams, such as McAlpin or Markland Lock and Dams on the Ohio River. Fish are being caught on swim jigs and also crankbaits. And finally, don't forget about many of the fins, lakes, and ponds in your area. It's a great place to catch a few channel catfish at this time. Check out the website at fw.ky.gov for a complete list of lakes and ponds in your area. So grab a pole, enjoy some great fall fishing, and I hope to see you on the water.